Hey everybody, what's going on? Froggy Stonks here. Nothing I say is financial advice. It's a chemtrail. It's funny how those just pop up on nice days. Anyways, nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. I am looking at the meta chart today, Facebook. And if you guys followed me on that from last week, we were doing really good. We just hit the first gap down, $300, met a little bit of resistance. I think it's going to try to recollect, go sideways a little bit, maybe pop back to 305, get rejected, and then next week we break under $300 and start the trip down to $214 on Meta, in my opinion. That is the second gap fill that needs to happen to the downside on Meta, which means, again, my theory about exit liquidity is running strong. I think companies who are out there that have a massive short book, big funds, big banks, whatever it is, they have a huge short book. One second. I forgot it's trash day today. Okay, so they have a huge short book that we've talked about for years, and I still believe the thesis of the 1.5 billion shares that shouldn't be out there. I really do. Total return swaps are being unwound like crazy because of the arbitrage event through, in my opinion, allegedly via Antera Capital, which is the plan to get them to cover. Adam Aaron's plan is shady. I don't like how he did it. Talks a lot of smack about T0, which would have made a ton of money for AMC and retail investors. In my opinion, he was almost slandering T0. But anyways, if he would have done that, would have raised a lot of money. Now he's doing APE. It's like the Dollar General plan of T0. And I am of the opinion that Adam Aaron went to the table with the big banks to set this up so they could unwind the shorts. That's the whole plan. Right now, they can't unwind because they're locked into play. There's not enough shares. Retail owns most of the float still. And the even worst thing is retail owns the float, but it's millions of AMC investors who own like 100 or 200 shares that don't do anything with them. They go to work and they probably don't even look at their accounts, meaning they don't vote either, which puts AMC in a deadlock and not able to get a quorum to pass certain votes, like, I don't know, taking more AMC and selling it at $30, which probably wouldn't work. So now he's doing it via APE, broke down the preferred shares into the APE units. There's enough shares out there now that everybody can buy APE units and use them to help themselves cover into this conversion. What they're going to do is they're going to convert. They're going to reverse split, convert. They're going to reconsolidate the float. We're going to open up at a higher price, going to divide everything by 10, but their APE longs converted will go up while they're covering their shorts, so they're not losing money into their cover. And then they get paid out as the bondholders when Adam Aaron raises capital. So that's the plan. Now I got to go inside because there's an airplane and my neighbor's swamp cooler wants to sound like a dying cougar. It's ridiculous around here today. Pardon me. So they're doing that, and we're going to go into this event, hopefully after today, we get a decision from the judge. If she's listening out there, much respect, Judge. I think you're doing everything correctly. I just really wish it would move a little faster because the equity markets are drying up. Exit liquidity is being triggered on multiple stocks like Nvidia, Facebook, UPST, etc. And the chances for Adam Aaron to raise money in the right time frame is now. It's from August to end of October, in my opinion, because the end of October is the fiscal year changeover for the government, which means there's a lot of money changing hands and budgets getting redone. When that happens, the market reacts. So here we are. Meta Facebook hit $300.36 right off of the gap fill that I said was coming. I'm still in my puts on that one. I'm up over 70%, which is really good. I wish I would have put more money into it, but it's all locked up in APE, which now I'm starting to regret a little bit because I could have been playing these other plays, which is also why I really hope Judge Zern makes a decision on this so retail can free up their money. You know, I'm investing for a living, and I know this play is right. I know my thesis is correct, but all these delays are not necessary. It's not necessarily Judge Zern fault either. It's all these armchair lawyers and barracks lawyers who thought they were going to go in and cause some kind of problem for Adam Aaron in the court, and all they did was delay a corporate action that was going to make AMC a lot more money back in March than it would have here in October. Every day we wait for the conversion is going to affect the ability to raise capital post-conversion in the manner that we need. Adam Aron really needs to raise, in my opinion, at least $2 billion minimum. 3 to 4 would be beautiful, because then he could pay off said bondholders. He would have enough cash to keep AMC alive for another 2 years. And in that, doing that, pay off the certain debts that have the covenants that don't allow cash dividends. Now, last time Adam Aron did something like this was back in 2016. I think it was 2016, or maybe it was 2019. They did a cash raise, they did all this crazy stuff, and then they gave out a $1.55 special dividend. It was back in 2019. They got in trouble for it, they got sued for it, and they settled just a little while ago. The crazy thing is if he raises cash again, pays off a couple bondholders, gets rid of deferred rent, and takes care of basically what's costing us the money where we were just barely positive this quarter. If he gets rid of all that, we could have nice positive quarters. I'm talking, $50 to $100 million on a quarter, but he's got to pay that stuff off. And if he does do a special dividend, say it converts, we hit $35, it runs to 50, 60, he raises cash at 60, 40, 50, whatever. He raises $4 billion and he goes, okay, now that I've raised this is what we're going to do. And I'm going to give out another special dividend to shareholders who are still holding in the form of a full $1 per share or $5 per share, because the float's so small now. If he did that, that would be room for a big celebration, because if there are any shorts left over after conversion that thought they were going to stay in this and actually succeed, they're going to get hammered. So Adam Aron's playing ball with the big boys. I'm not expecting anything outlandish. I'm not expecting it like going to $200-300, because they're going to control the short covering into ape converted long going up to their benefit at their pace. They'll probably use halts if they need to restrict any FOMO events from going on. But now is the time for everyone, short and long, to be able to take profit on this thing and also save the company. AMC will stay around because of this event. Could it have been done better? 100 times better. Mark Cohode said to do T0, raise capital, tokenize the stock. It would have cleaned up with a 1-to-1 security token. That gives you a reconciled share count. And Adam Aron could have raised billions off that. Didn't want to do it. Talked a bunch of smack. Probably because he got slapped on the wrist by the big boys, the banks, and all his overlords. And he said, don't do that. He went back to the table with the APE plan, which is basically the Dollar General version of the T0 plan. But it will work, in my opinion, according to my DD and my thesis, which it hasn't creeped yet. Thesis creep is one thing I learned this year. It's the most important thing when you're doing something like this, is if there's thesis creep, get out. So far, just the delay by the judge, I do not consider thesis creep. I think she's just making sure everything is correct before she signs off on the settlement, because we don't want it going back to court again if she doesn't want it on her if something is wrong. So everything looks right to me. I really wish people would quit going out there and go, no, Judge Zerden's going to deny it because of this, and this, and this. And I'm like, no, you guys, she's not just going to deny it. One, she can't deny the conversion. She can deny the settlement, and they go back to court for the conversion hearing on a different lawsuit. But the injunction for relief is not going to nullify the conversion vote. That's not what it's going to do. So people saying, oh, Judge Zern's just going to cancel it and you guys are all going to lose. People need to stop saying that, because that's not what's going to happen. If Judge Zern does not approve the settlement, the case could go straight to dismissal, meaning that Adam Aron could go ahead and convert the stock too. So I'm waiting on either or decision. Hopefully today, after hours, again, like I said, I really want this to be done. I want to open my money up to get into these other plays that I'm seeing on the downside of the market. I'm looking at Virgin Galactic still. I'm going to buy more. I'm going to get some more calls out for a while. It's recovering off of 311 today, but they had their first successful commercialized space flight yesterday. That is a huge deal, and it's out of here, Truth or Consequences in New Mexico here. So, in my opinion, this is a long-term play. Within a year and a half, if they're consistent, they don't have any issues, they don't have any incidents, this stock could be sitting back $5 to $10, no problem, especially if they announce any contract awards from the government or NASA or specialized entities like, some Saudi prince or something like that, people who have real money. So let me take some comments. I'm going to kick off here. Honda, I agree with your theory at AMC. It's the most logical. Some people are too emotional to understand. Yeah, and they're emotional because they lost a ton of money on the AMC downside instead of listening and cashing in and out. Once we got to like 20, 31 bucks, 20 bucks like that, I told everybody, you got to start playing the volatility because this thing is going to do nothing but go down. It sucks. And we got there, and that's the same thing I told people to do with Ape. Delayed noise. Couldn't she rule Ape was created illegally? No, that's not what the lawsuit's about. The lawsuit is injunction for relief against Ape being converted because said people think that they were wronged, Allegheny and whoever else filed, but they were not. Ape was created almost a year ago today. Like in a couple weeks, it'll be a year ago today. Nobody complained when it was issued. Nobody complained when it was created. Nobody complained when they took it and sold it. Nobody complained when they buy more. Only Allegheny complained later when this was about to be converted, and they don't even have a big AMC position to recover any damages anyways. Why is a pension fund, a state pension fund, invested in AMC in the first place on a squeeze play? It's just really immature for them to do that. But my theory is allegedly that them and Adam Aaron knew exactly what they were doing. The lawsuit was filed so that Adam Aaron could unwind 6.5 million more AMC shares into the market without having to sell them off the bat to help control the flow of the short covering. I think this was all planned. I think it's all strategized. Hence why Allegheny filed a restraining order against Adam Aaron almost the first week of the court case. I said this from day one. The court case, the lawsuit's bogus. I think everybody wasted a ton of time on it. If you think you're fighting the system and you think you're winning on that, good luck to you. Whatever, I don't care anymore. But all you guys did was uncover things we already knew. If you think Project Popcorn was a secret, they put that out there. It's not pop secret. They put that out there because they knew you guys would eat it up and you would go off track and go do whatever you wanted to do. They keep baiting you guys in time after time. So am I crazy for putting all my money on Ape because I think you're spot on? All my money's in Ape. So, I mean, you're not crazy, but if you feel like that's crazy, then you probably shouldn't do it. I'm not telling you guys we're going to win. My thesis is I believe I'm going to win on my thesis on this play. But it could very much go wrong. They could come out today and say, hey, we got to go back to court for the next 6 months, and Ape could crash back to $1. Which if it does in that situation, I'm going to try to buy more. I'm going to unload some stuff from my bank account and go buy more. But this isn't a guaranteed thing. I've said it from day one. This is my plan. This is how I'm going to play it. If you guys tag along and do it and make money, awesome on you. But there is risk involved in every investment you do, and you have to be responsible to know that that risk is yours. It's not mine. My risk is my risk. Your risk is your risk. But I believe my thesis is correct on this, and I don't see any thesis creep yet. So no news, right? Just here and notice you were live streaming. Yeah, no news yet. I was just covering Meta because I was doing the Meta downside, which is a really good day today. We hit 300. First gap filled to the downside. It's going to putz around today. Probably close around 300, 301. And then I think Monday, Tuesday, this thing's going to start its trek down to 214 on the second gap filled down on Meta. Really excited for that one. But I wanted to come on and just hit some AMC notes, Meta notes, and talk about space a little bit. I'm going to start going pretty heavy into Virgin Galactic while it's down in the $3 range. I really believe if this company keeps their head on straight, they don't have any bad incidences, within a year or two, this thing could be literally rocking $30 again, especially if we get the right gooberment put back in place and investor confidence comes back. So either way, you guys have a great day. I'm going to split, go play with my dogs, hydrate. I'm hungover today. I was watching Suits way too long last night. But you guys have a great day. Any news hits, I'll pop on right away. If you get it before I do, please comment in the YouTube chat. That way it'll ping up. I'll get a notification, and you guys will make me aware, and I appreciate that. But please don't forget to like and sub. You guys rock. Froggy Stonks out. I'm hungover too. Suits is a good show, man.